Have you envisioned AI doing beyond its typical tasks? Imagine the possibilities when AI matches or surpasses human abilities. Visualize AI, helping us uncovering hidden talents and gaining deeper self-insights. Introducing iBlooming, where your journey to self-realization begins. Powered by our innovative open AI technology, iBlooming is designed to help you uncover and nurture you. At iBlooming, we leverage big data and extensive historical insights to craft detailed AI-driven profiles that provide profound understanding of your personality and capabilities. At iBlooming, personalized profiling guides you to your unique goals with tailored courses, enhancing your growth and equipping you for success in diverse fields. iBlooming brings the world to your doorstep with multiple language selections through seamless AI translation.
Courage हमें तरीकों और जीवन के पहलुओं में मदद करता है. Pertama, memberikan kemampuan.
This global knowledge base not only broadens your perspective but also enriches your learning experience. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur, an experienced professional, or an inquisitive student, iBlooming localizes content to guide you towards a successful and fulfilling future. Beyond your own growth, you can empower others and contribute to their growth by becoming a channel provider and sharing your unique talents, experiences, and ideas through the platform. Join us at iBlooming and embark on a transformative journey to bloom into your full potential. Let's bloom together in this exciting adventure of self-discovery and personal growth.
In today's fast-paced world, artificial intelligence is transforming the world, automating tasks and reshaping the job market. Millions of jobs are at risk of being replaced by AI. At the same time, AI is helping people achieve greater success in the business world. The question is, are you ready to adapt and thrive in this new era? The key to success is mastering more knowledge, acquiring new skills, and broadening your horizons to meet the demands of today's rapidly changing world. We are proud to introduce the solution, iBlooming, an AI-based learning platform. One of our revolutionary learning concepts is the Global iLearning Movement, GIM. Our mission is simple, to foster a lifelong learning attitude globally. We offer high value, high benefits, and a super low cost. You gain exclusive access to live seminars and content from renowned speakers and coaches around the world. Typically, this could cost hundreds to thousands of dollars, but with the GIM concept, the cost is incredibly low, only $2 per month. So everyone can learn from local and global experts. We not only provide a wide range of topics, subjects, knowledge, and skills, but also a lot more benefits. Learning opportunities from both local and global experts, covering a wide selection of topics or subjects. Opportunities to connect with experts who offer special micro-certifications. Need a specific skill to thrive in this new AI world? Our on-demand videos from global speakers are ready whenever you need them. Learn anytime, anywhere. Connect directly with our channel providers for personalized mentoring and coaching. Get the guidance you need to excel in your career. Personalized learning topics based on your profile through AI and big data. Translations provided by iBlooming's in-house AI team, allowing learners to understand foreign experts in their own language. A variety of topics ranging from casual to professional. Flexibility to learn when and where you want. Skills that schools don't teach, keeping pace with the AI era, and unlocking new opportunities for personal development, financial growth, and holistic success. Sign up now at iBlooming and take the first step towards a brighter, more successful future. Only $2 per month. Don't wait for the future to pass you by. Upskill yourself today and join the global iLearning movement.
Yes. Hello, everybody. So, after watching these two videos, how you feel? I believe you're so excited. Hello to welcome here to iBlooming Preview. I'm Florence Kasi. So it is great to see you all here. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, because I know not everybody come from the same time zone. So can I know where you come from? I believe we are more than, I believe more than 5 countries or more than 10 countries. So let's see. Okay, here we have Hong Kong. Okay, we have Hong Kong here. We have our friend from Cambodia. So from Jakarta, from Qatar. Yeah, so Qatar should be afternoon, right? Okay, so I see how many country here from Cambodia, some Sydney, Korea. So already 5, yeah, but I believe more than 10, yeah. So if you from a country that not mentioned here already, you please type your country. So we are excited to have you here today. We are going to have a very, very great session. We have a wonderful, wonderful star speaker. But before I invite him to talk, I want you to know that you can see from my background here, we have iBlooming and GIM. So what is iBlooming and what is GIM? This platform really, really will change people's life, no matter where you are or what your background. This will equip you really, really fantastically. But I will not present it by myself, but I want to listen from my colleagues. But before that, I just want to inform you that this main room will be in English. For you that listen to Indonesia, Mandarin, Khmer, you can go to the interpretation menu down there in your laptop. Okay, you can see interpretation. And then you click the interpretation and choose the language that you want to listen to. Or in the mobile phone also the same, you can go to the bottom right. Okay, for bahasa Indonesia, saya jelaskan dalam bahasa Indonesia ya. Jadi yang mendengarkan dalam bahasa Indonesia bisa klik pada menu interpretation lalu memilih bahasa Indonesia. So in Mandarin and Khmer, you just understand me, okay? So I would like to invite my colleagues, yeah. She is so wonderful. She talk about iBlooming to so many country. So excited about this. We are so excited about this. We know that you're gonna love this platform. Okay, let me introduce my colleagues, exclusive representative of iBlooming from Hong Kong, Betty Kwan.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you,
Betty.
Miss Florin.
The floor
Hi,
is
thank you so
yours.
much. Thank you. So, hi, everyone. I know that, good morning, good evening, and good evening. I see many, many countries here. We are very, very excited. So, without further ado, please allow me to share about iBlooming and also GIM to you. Yeah. So, what is iBlooming? So, iBlooming is actually the first in the world AI-powered education platform. So in this platform, okay, so I think the slides. Okay, so in this platform, basically there are 4 different features that let's pay attention to. So the first one, it's actually the AI translation. So we have the AI powered translation in our in-house. So we actually developed this translation by ourselves. And we also have iMatrix, which is a character profiling AI. So later I will explain to you more. And we also offered these programs at a super, super low cost and also with unlimited access. So first of all, let's take a look at what is iMatrix. Okay, so iMatrix, so anyone that actually comes into the platform, once they registered, they will get a free profiling report. So this free profiling report will actually tell you what kind of a character that you are. And there are 9 different characters. So you will be placed in any one of those characters and it will tell you, what is your weakness, what is your strength, and which area that you can actually go into for further development. So you get to know yourself better. And these kind of profiling, it's actually a very, very good tools for a lot of business, for a lot of HR agencies, for a lot of schools that helps, people to understand each other more so that they can improve themselves more. Okay, next, we also have our IB type, okay, our in-house AI-powered translation. So what we do here is when a speaker actually speaks in their own mother tongue, then AI translation will be able to translate their videos into all the different languages in the world. Isn't that good? That's very exciting, right? So the speaker now has the ability to speak to all the people all over the world. And in this very special AI translation, we not only do the translation. Later, we will show you, an example. We will also clone the voice and also the lip singing. So it's really, really fantastic. So next we will be able to use this technology in our ebooks. So let's take a look to Mr. Ilau, and he's actually the former Chief Defense Force for Papua New Guinea. His original language, he spoke in English. So let's take a look at this video.
Hi, I'm Peter Ilau. I was the former Chief of Defense Force for Papua New Guinea and also ambassador to Indonesia for 7 years. 我曾担任巴布亚新几内亚国防军总司令，并且担任了7年的驻印度尼西亚大使。Hai, saya Peter Ilau. Saya adalah mantan Kepala Angkatan Pertahanan Papua New Guinea dan juga Duta Besar untuk Indonesia selama 7 tahun. Kỹ năng quản lý của mình và giúp mọi người vượt qua những khó khăn, thách thức của họ và tạo ra sự khác biệt cho chính họ.
So this is super amazing, right? So all of a sudden, we were able to speak, in different languages. So also in our iBlooming website, we have so many different categories, and these are only a few of those that you can actually choose to learn from. So we have like beauty, sports, health, parenting, travel, and more. Yeah. So we also have, in the last few months, onboarded many, many different channel providers from all over the world. So we have our signature channel providers, and these are the people who has huge influence, all over the world, helping different people, and they come from different countries, from Indonesia, from Singapore, from Papua New Guinea, from Hong Kong, from USA, and we also partner with organizations and associations such as like universities. We also have a kids channel and also our regular channel providers. So these people actually comes from different background, different countries, and now we have over like 30 countries that they represent. So actually on this platform, we have a few types of products. We have the free videos, so you can actually click into the channel and look at the free videos. We also have the paid videos. And these paid videos are mostly courses that are offered by the channel providers. So you can actually choose what courses that you like, and you can just purchase, online. We also have our ebooks. So right now, most of the ebooks are in PDF forms, but later on, we are going to plan, to actually clone the voice of the authors, and we're able to not translate, but we are able to turn their book from a PDF format to an audio book so that, people can actually listen along the way. Yeah. So, and also, we also have corporate partners. So these are the ones that we cooperate with universities, institutions, also with different companies, as well as the governments, so that they come in and will, market and share, with us, their company information and any subjects that they have, within their organizations. So next. Okay, and iBlooming actually also supports and are in line with the United Nations SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, in a few areas. Okay, so we actually provide quality education. We also do a lot of, gender equality. So we also have courses that empower women in learning. We also works with, different organizations and different upskilling and reskilling for people, within those countries as well. So we also, work hand in hand with like NGOs, with organizations, and we partner with them so that, we can actually collaborate and do more, for the world. So this is how we actually are in line with the global developments. So within the iBlooming platform, there's also another project called the GIM, the Global iLearning Movement. And this is a very, very exciting humanity project that I would love to share with you. So the reason why we started, this GIM, it's actually during COVID, we actually ran a program, a movement called We Are One. So within 10 days, we were able to collect 3,000 pictures together with 218 countries. So we actually come together and promote and tell people to consume positive news only. So this movement was very, very successful. And after that, our management team actually saw the video and was inspired by it. And we were like, okay, come on, let's do something for education. So that's why we come up with this idea of GIM, because we wanted to provide, lifelong learning. We wanted to provide quality education to people all over the world, to 218 countries, whether to the cities or to the village, or even, to the regions that are untouched, so that, everybody can learn. And we understand that, education is the only thing that will raise, the quality of the living of humans. So that it's why this is a very, very big project, and we are very, very excited. So, and during COVID, actually, our learning mode actually changed from going offline to online to on live right now. So with the Zoom, it's actually an on live. And we understand that, in the next 5 to 10 years, AI technology will actually take over the world. And with this AI, a lot of jobs will be actually taken over by robots, by technologies. And these are some of the sectors that are at risk. For example, law firms, legal research, financial services, restaurant business, and a lot of repetitive work can be actually taken over by AI and robotics. So this is where we actually come in as a platform, because we understand that there's a need to actually upskill and reskill ourselves so that we can cope with this change in technology. So this is what we did. iBlooming is like a platform, it's like Grab. So what we have on the supply side, we bring in a world of experts that are very willing to share their wisdom. And we also bring in a world of iLearners, which we provide very high benefits for them. And the most important thing is at a very, very low cost. So we bring all these people together on this platform. And every single day, we started this program back in September. So we have been running this for about 3 to 4 months. So every single month, we have a calendar of what is going on every single day, every single night with the programs. So people can actually choose what they want to learn. And right now, on every Monday night, we were sponsored by SAM Asset Management to have a program called I Learn Money. So every Monday night, we will talk about financial literacy, how to manage money, and anything that's related to money, because we see that that's a very, very important part. And on every Thursday, we also have I Learn Entrepreneurship. So people can actually come in for a specific topic at a very low cost. So let's take a look, how much actually it will cost us to learn from the best of the best. So actually the amount, it's $2 a month. Okay, $2 a month. It's very low, right? It's very low cost. But actually, when you become a partner to our platform, you will get a very special rate, and you can give 50% discount to your friends, to your families, to your students, to whoever you know, and it only costs you $1 a month. And $1 a month, we cannot even buy a cup of coffee. So by $1, we enable everybody, on this earth to have the ability to get quality education. So that is why we are all so excited, about this GIM movement, and we wanted to roll it out to the 8 billion people all over the world. So right now, I want to show you, the life of this website. So we can take a look at it very fast. So you can actually go into www.iblooming.ai. So when you actually get onto the website, you can register yourself and you can actually get your free report. So if we scroll down this homepage, you will see free test. Okay, so if you scroll down, there will be the nine different colors that you will see, and once you click test now, you can actually go in and answer some questions and you will get the report. And please do log in, register, and try the free reports because you'll be surprised how accurate it is. Yeah. So, and then let's take a look into what kind of products that we have. So we have different courses according to the categories. So you can actually choose which categories you want and you can see the courses and you can just buy direct, from the website and you can start learning. We also have, the ebooks. So you can actually go to the ebooks and you can actually buy the book and start reading it. And moving forward, we will be coming out with the audiobooks. So these are some of the products that we have. And we also can take a look at the channel providers. So we have different types of channel providers. These are our partnership channels. So you can see we have, SME groups that are with us, law firms, medical platform, financial services. So anything that is organizational, institutional, can actually join us, collaborate with us so that we can actually move to another level. So this is actually the overview of iBlooming website. So after this, you can actually go in and register and just move around and play around with it so you can understand more. And this is our channel providers. This is what I mentioned before, our signature. And also we have our regular channel providers. So you can actually see, their backgrounds and choose accordingly to what you like. Yeah, so thank you so much for today. So this is our website, this is our projects, and we are so excited because today we have just as Ms. Florence actually mentioned, our star speakers for today. We have invited an amazing person, Dr. Ernest Wong. So Dr. Ernest Wong has over 40 years, of experience in parenting. And tonight he will be sharing with us on the topic of 3 essentials of parenting. So Dr. Ernest Wong is a pioneer in accelerated learning, NLP Asia. And since then, he has transformed over 500,000 lives all over the world. And he's also a Golden Apple Reward recipient. And through his training, a lot of lives of parents and kids have been transformed. So without further ado, let's put our hands together and welcome Dr. Ernest Wong.
A very good evening. Thank you very much for your very precious time. I know that at about this time, the people will probably have dinner and come into these sessions. So I will make it very chop, very neat, so that we will do only for about 40 minutes, and then we will move on from here. So allow me to share the slide with you, okay? All right, can you see me? Can you see me? All right, so I'd like to begin with a little bit of history about why I'm here to speak about parenting. First, back in 1985, I started this program called the Super Team Bootcamp. So the Super Team Bootcamp, and then from Malaysia to Singapore, and then we have based in Singapore, we spread out to Malaysia, to Hong Kong, to Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen. Then, of course, we are in Indonesia and also in Vietnam. So what do? Every time when we run the program called the Super Team Bootcamp, I answer questions. What would you like your children to be when they're 18 years old? So the same question I like to ask all of you who have got children right now. What would you like your children to be when they're 18 years old? And maybe you could actually add to the chat group and just share with us what are some of the things that you would like to have. Okay, just a 15 second. What would you like your children to be when they're 18 years old? A 15 second. Ready? Count to 15. Let's go. Okay, good. Now, I think there are some of the people who have written down here. Let me just see. Can't hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? All right, very good. To be responsible, to be doctor, to be business people. All right. And then to be successful people and all that. All right. Thank you very much. Now, you see, we asked this question because we want to know at 18 years old, why 18 years old? There's a few things that I want to do here. Number one, why 18 years old? The first reason is that I believe, my strong belief is that we should be spending the first 20 years of our life and get ourselves ready for the rest of our life. Because most of the people, for the first 18 years to the 20 years, they go to school, they study, but are they all ready? Are they all ready for the rest of their life? Now, can you imagine that is the most important 20 years? Okay, let's say we live up to 100 years. 20 years is 20% of our life. So what do we do in that most important 20 years? That's the first part. So then the next thing is, I always talk to many of the children, many of the parents this, that let's learn at 15 years old what people know only at the age of 50. By the way, you know that with the exceptions of all of you who are in this room here, that there are many, many people out there. Even at the age of 50, they still don't know many of the things that we learned at the age of 15. So it is very important for us to take note that what are the things that we want our children to be able to have, to be able to learn, so that they know it at the age of 15, so 18 years old, 20 years old, boom, they already know those, to have the wisdom of those people who are at the age of 50. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, imagine if we have this, what will happen to the rest of their life? It will be so much easier. All right. So the second thing is this. Then, Imam, I want to share this with you. Our children have their life, and we have our life. So my idea is that let them have the first 20 years that we can spend all the good time with them. And the rest of that is that we spend our life with our life partner and then do what we enjoy doing. So that's the reason for why 18 years old. Let's go back to this other thing. Today, I just want you to take away 5 important points. Only 5. Okay? So if you are happy, then only 5 important points, then you got to clap your hand, all right? Good. So why 50 points? 5 points. The 5 important point is that today's session will be just about an overview. So there are many people who say this, Ernest, how do you train the people? How do you train your child? Or how do you develop the child? I said, no, it is not about developing. It's growing together. So that amount. So the first thing that we need to bear in mind is that we are not training them, we are not developing them, but we are growing together with them. Otherwise, many of the parents will say, I spend so much time training, I spend so much time teaching my child, but then what happened to them is they don't like it. They grow further and further away from us. Yes, they should become more independent as they grow older, but they should be growing closer to us. So the keyword is bearing in mind, growing. So then in this part of growing up, there are 2 things I want to share. There are some aspect of life that doesn't change. For 100 years, 1,000 years, that won't change. So I'm going to share that with you. So stay tuned until we finish the sessions. Then there will be another part. There will be those aspects of your child that change, and they change according to the individual. So bear in mind 2 points, or rather 3 points, growing up together with the child, that there are certain things that doesn't change. And then there are certain aspects that do change and change according to the individual. Next one. So there are 3 essentials of parenting. And today is about an overview. So many people say, Ernest, why you doing talk about an overview? I attended many of the parenting sessions. There are some of the people talk about this style, that style. They talk about 1 aspect, 2 aspects, or discipline or not to discipline, to reward or not to reward. Is giving them a physical present, a good way to encourage the child. But I think those are just one small aspect. What I would like to do is that after I've learned for 40 years from many successful parents, and some of you in this group are also the same, who have actually many good qualities that you impart to the child. Many of the things that you grow up together with the child, maybe the way you talk to the child, maybe you prepare for the child. Now, so what I want to do is an overview. 1 point I'd like to make here is this. Children below 18 years old, if they are successful, a lot of the work is actually from the parents, not their own. If children below 12 years old, they are very successful, you got to look at what the parents have done. They must have done something right that the child becomes that way. Now let's go on. So I pray that in the future, we will have a lot more details. I probably want to do a series of parenting events because I think this is probably the most important education movement, education activity that we must do for our child. Then the next thing is that now we can do online, but online session is always about the knowledge and the skill. So I can share a lot of knowledge, I can share a lot of skill, but I also look forward to in the future that we can have sessions where we do offline sessions, where we do the skill, the practice, and then turning them into routines and habit. Now, so first thing I want to share is parenting is a lifestyle. Parenting is not what I do to the child or certain time that we do. It is not. It is something that we do it all the time. So parenting must be a routine, a habit for the parents and for the children. So parenting is what we grow up together, the things that we do together. What is the kind of environment that you want to have? So we always ask, what kind of environment would you like to have? Or what kind of environment would you like your child to grow up in? So just the other day, I met a gentleman who is a musician. So he told me that he was very blessed, very happy that he actually grew up in an environment that was very nurturing. So take a minute, look at yourself. What kind of environment did you grow up in? Was it something that is painful? Was it something that was encouraging? Was it something, what was it? Now, we did not have something that is so-called perfect. So over the last 40 years, I interviewed more than 500,000 parents, teachers, students, children, and looking at them, and many of them have grown up. My oldest super teen is 58 years old, okay? So they have their own children, and they are using the system or growing up together with the children based on what he has learned and I share. Now, so today I want to share something, the 3 essentials of parenting that I have learned over the last 40 years. So question, parenting is a lifestyle, then what kind of environment would you like your child to grow up in? Something to think about, right? Next. So parenting is not just for what we do to the child, it's growing up together with the child. So let me just make it very clear that today one of the keywords is growing up together with the children. Next. So let's do some definitions of parenting. I like to do this part because once we have a certain definition, we can have a certain parameter. We know within these are the frame so that we can have reference to it, so that it is not just an art, not something like, oh, I thought it should be this way. I heard people say it should be this way. But there is certain thing that we do that it could be systematic, that produce certain result. But all, bear in mind, all must be done in the idea of love. We love the children. Next. So it's a process. Parenting is a process. Are we raising the child and nurturing the children from the infancy to adulthood? Maybe that's the reason why I use the word 18 years old. I think when we talk about adulthood, it's 18 years old. Now, so what happened to them at 18 years old? Do they leave their family? Do they leave home, go overseas for further studies, or go on their own and enter the university? Or some people start working. So what do we do? From now until 18. And after that, it will be their life. Then we can have our own life. Got it? Next one. Now, so in the whole process, we have got different roles. We have got different responsibilities. So just speaking of one of the responsibility, there are some of the things that I believe many of the parents who have done it right, they tell the children. They don't just leave it to the children, because there's some decision that must be made by people who are 30 years old or older, and not by a person who is only just 5 years old. So we cannot say, let them have freedom and do not take the responsibility of telling them what to do. All right, let's go on. So first thing is a process for 18 years, probably. And then we have different roles, we have different responsibilities. And then in the whole process, we want to ensure there's physical development. Of course, physical development is a very important part. That means to say they must eat right, they must exercise right, they must have all the things done right so that they're built to the right size. Then they must be emotional, then social, interacting with other people, and then intellectual. But ladies and gentlemen, you notice one thing. Most of the time, we take physical development for granted. So we just feed them, we let them eat, and then they grow up. But strictly speaking, we should be doing something so that we help them grow tall, grow to the right size, so that they look good and not fat, okay? So then there's another one. We spend a lot of the time on the intellectual development, like going to the school, doing well in exam. But we always ignore the most important part, the emotional development. I believe if they are emotionally well developed, then the other aspect will be a lot easier. So let's look at these four. So let's look at these four as we work with the children. Now, of course, we do all this out of love, support, guidance, and setting boundaries. I like this word, it's called setting boundaries, so that they will be well-rounded, because there must be certain discipline. There must be certain rules and regulations. All right, from here, let's move on to the next part. 3 essentials. Number 1, building the relationship with the child. At my age, after I've gone through so many years with all the different super teens and smart kids, parents, and all these people, I know all the father and mother, as they have gone through the older age, they want to connect, still connect back with the child. And not because dad and mom have done something and the children leave them and they're away from them. All right. Relationship is very important. But how do we build the relationship? Then we ask ourselves this question. So when you have a child who is a 12 years old or maybe a 14 years old, what are the things that you talk to that child a lot of the time? Or when there is conflict, what are the conflict about? I guess it's only about 2 areas. most of the time. So let's pay attention to this. Number one is the character development of the child. So we complain about them becoming lazy, not focused, not hardworking, no discipline. All these are the complaints that we have about the children. All right. So character development is an important part. Then we also complain about whether they do this area called learning. So 3 essential: building relationship, but relationship cannot be built without these 2 other areas. That is number 1 on the character. The other one is learning. Now, bearing in mind very clearly, I like to share this. When I train the teachers and do parenting coaching, I share this. When there is an emotional connections, then you can have intellectual exchange. When there is emotional connections, then you can have intellectual exchange. So to talk about learning and all this, we got to go back to building relationship. But to talk about the character development, we must also have the connections. Now, how do we do this? A very good quick guide. Now, the first thing that you want to ask, how do you want your child to be? What's your expectation? What kind of a child would you like to have? So at 18 years old, what qualities would you like to see? What character would you like to see? Or maybe just like 2 days ago, I had a dinner with one family, and there was this boy who was only 8 years old. Now, the way he carried himself very well, the way, only 8 years old, the way he talked, the way he actually looked at me and addressed me. So as a father and mother, what do you expect? What's your expectation? What is your expectation in terms of the qualities, in terms of the character of your child? This is not about a child at 8 years old. It is about a whole lifetime. So that's the question that husband and wife must ask. Father and mother must address. All right. So there are some of the qualities I want my child to have. Filial piety. This is very Asian, right? Loving, humble, curious. Now, when you have these so-called qualities, then many of the challenges will go away, because the challenges of not caring for people, being rude, not learning, and arrogant, this one cannot exist together with being loving, humble, and curious. So once we have this, the other challenges go away. So if you have the other challenges, it means to say this part of the characters is not there. So every time when I conduct a super teen boot camp for the last 40 years, I ask the super teens to write down what are some of the qualities you would like to see when you have your own child. Now, so they gave me a whole list. This is just one page. I've got 4 pages of all this. So character listed out by the super teens. Discipline. Now, I'm just going to blank this for a short while. So you will see blank. Now, I want to ask dad and mom, if you were to write down 3 characters, what would be the 3 characters that you'd like to see for your own child? I think it would be very ideal to list out 7. All right, very quickly. I count to 10, and you write down at least 3 characters. 3 important characters in your mind that you would like to see. 1, 2. Is it done? Let me just see what you have put up. I think some of the people have put up some. Nice. Resilience. Uh-oh. Resilience, kind, generous, loving, humble, independent, responsible, polite. Very good. Loving, kindness, humble. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I like to just share this because, like, you must be asking yourself as husband and wife, why do you want to see those characters? Those characters that you want to see is usually because of your own personal values, your own personal belief. And of course, it's always affected by your upbringing, your family situations. So, what is your upbringing? So, one of the very important one is definitely discipline, hardworking, friendly, polite, studious. All right. Now I have 8 characters I expect to see from the super team. And by the way, these are all the characters that over the last 40 years I interviewed, and then I talked to many parents, talked to many school principal, teachers, and they say, I think these are very important as a human being. So number one, developing these universal values, characters, these are the things that we want to see in our children. That does not change for 100 years, 200 years, all right? Number one, I think love. All of us would like to develop this thing called loving kindness. But love what? Love the country, love the parents, love themselves, and then others. So you know that I actually have put down loving into a different hierarchy. The first one, I believe all the children must love the country. The country, Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia, or any other places, any country that you're in, love your country if you are a citizen. Next, love the parents, because these are the only 2 people who will spend a lot of the time working with you. Then love yourself, and then only others. Because if you cannot love yourself, you cannot love others. You will not be able to do that. Now, another character I like to say is respect. Respect for the country, respect for the parents, respect the teachers, our mentor. Because these are the people who have brought years and years of knowledge and information and bring it to us so that we can have a quantum leap and see the world at a different level. And love, respect yourself, so that when you love and respect yourself, you will not abuse yourself, you will not use foul language, you will not live a life that is not healthy, you will not abuse yourself. So respect the things that is around, respect the phone that you have, respect the tables, the toilet. Basic. These are very basic things. So that at the end, I want to build the super team community as a very humane community. Next part. Now, so you love, you respect. What's the next thing? Strive for excellence. Striving for excellence, that means to say you want to do very well in whatever things that you are doing. But I'm not saying that you must be perfect. I say focus on progression, not on perfection. Progression, not perfection. Very important, because at each point in time, we have so much knowledge, but we did not know there are even better things around. So if we actually learn about progression, I have reached this level, I can move on to the next level. So always think there is always a better way. Then what else? The next one is be coachable. Have an open mind, continuously learn, be coachable. So what I wanted to share is that this is one important aspect that a mom must do together. This is an aspect about developing the character that father and mother must do together, so that they come out what are the character, what are the important values that you will not exchange. And you want to see it in your family. Like, for instance, being polite. Very important. Have good manners. Very important. Unfortunately, we now see that many of your children don't have this anymore. Right? So the first part is about character. So we talk about the three essentials. The first one is character development. Now, but we cannot see the character of like striving for excellence, loving. We can only see them from forming the good habits. Now, from what they say and what they do. When we have settled this, what's next is learning. Learning in terms of our talent development, academic, professional, and professional development. But ladies and gentlemen, before I move on to the second essential, learning, I want to share this. Character determines 85% of a person's success. 85%. The character is 85%. Right? Now, with this thing in mind, then we can talk about how to build the relationship. All right. The next question I want to ask is, so the character is one part that doesn't change for years, for centuries. But this, what professional skills would you like your child to have? Meaning to say, what would you like your child to become next time? Now, when we ask this question, what would you like your child to become when they grow up? We always refer to the kind of job. But I always like to look at what character first. Do they have 10 important characters? So the next one will be, after the character is settled, then you look at what professional skills. This will probably determine what they will study and their career. So let's look at this. So we talk about learning. Learning goes into 3 different stages. We can talk about our talent development. We can talk about academic development, professional development. Now, these happen in different stages. If we don't do one well enough, then at the older stage, we got to work extra hard. Then, of course, that amount, ladies and gentlemen, after so many years working with all the different people, one of my teachers, Robert Kiyosaki, said, there are many people who have a PhD, but they are not wealthy, they are not rich. You see, our focus a lot of the time, that as parents, when they are growing up, we focus very much on developing the talent, the academic development, and professional development. But we do not look at one other part, that is making money. You can have professional skill, you also need to have money-making skills. So money-making skill is not my focus today. I will find another time to talk about it. And in the Super Team Bootcamp, I always wanted to all the children to bear in mind that it is all these things together. So we talk about parenting, we need to also share with our children money-making skills, all right? It's a different set of skills. So we all have dreams. We all have dreams of becoming doctors, engineers, and all that. But when you have those dreams, you got to look at what is your strength. What is my strength? So speaking of strength, we talk about talent development. So there are 2 parts. So then, as you begin to bring up your child, you got to begin to work with them on first, what is their nature? And then we can nurture them. So we look at another definition. So just now we have a definition of parenting. We now need to have a definition of what talent. So let me go through this part and share this with you. Talent refers to a natural aptitude or tendency that an individual possesses that make learning some skill easier than others. So it's a tendency. It's something that we are born with and that we are much better in doing that. But talent is not a skill. Talent allows you to develop the skill. So some of us have a natural tendency to be able to play the piano easier, to be able to do mathematics easier, to be able to connect with people. Some of us are able to talk to people a lot easier than the others. So this is what we call our talent, our aptitude, our tendency. So we need to discover this first, because if we know this nature, it's a lot easier for us to nurture the child. So this talent enable us to excel in a particular area or activities. That means to say some of us are more artistic, some of us are better in athletics, some of us are better in thinking, or some of us are better in social skills. All right. Now, then the next part is talent is always talk about being inborn, innate, but it also can be developed. All right. It also can be developed. So to sum it up about talent first, people with a particular talent may find it easier to achieve higher levels of performance or mastery in their chosen field compared to those without the same natural inclination. So that once we get clear with this, what is the next step? What do we do next? The next thing that we want to do is to look at how do we discover the innate talent. So can we do some tests? Yes. Over the last 18 years, we know that there's such a thing called the genetic. So let me just go through this very quickly. For many of us, we need to develop this one thing. We need to discover the talent of our child. Then we must provide the environment for them for that talent to develop. That means to say, even if you have the environment, you must spend the time to work together. So growing up with the child is discovering, providing the environment, and then working with them and seeing how they grow up in the skill. Developing here means to say, finding the teachers to guide, buying them the necessary thing, giving them the necessary exposure, like musical talent, maybe attending concert. Okay? So when you do this, perfect, you become a specialist. When you do very well, people will say you are a genius. All right, so that first thing we talk about discovering the character, then we talk about discovering the talent. But if you have talent, you don't discover it, you don't give the environment, you don't develop it, this will be a lot of time wasted. And so what happened to us? Many years, we did not have this discovery about talent. And we go through the university, we join all our other friends that attended different courses in the university. And after that, we graduate. And we say, no, in the university, I didn't really study because that was not what I really wanted. All right. So the third one will be like this. If you discover you don't have the talent, you discover it and you give the environment and you develop it. Of course, you can still be outstanding, but it will take extra effort and time. This is the part that most of us don't like, but we need to do. Then, of course, if you have talent and you did not discover it, but you are put in an environment where you have other talents that's given to you, then the environment is there and you spend the time working on it. And so from maybe 5 years old until 13, 14 years old, hey, you discovered you have spent a lot of the time on it, you become very good, but you have not optimized. You are actually under performance. So we have 4 scenarios. So if we want to do a DNA test to find out about our character, which is important for the whole lifetime. And it contributes to 85% of our success. So the next thing is our IQ. Most of us want to discover this because this is the focus of the people working on the studies. all right, artistic talent, drawing, and then you have EQ, you have sports. So it's nature versus nurture. First discover the nature and then nurture it. And then you know that we go through different stages. And I like this. This is what most of the school have, and particularly in a certain countries. Number one, we all go through the play group, and then we work at the kindergarten. Now, these two stages, the most important part is really character development. Character development and language development. So we need to have very good teachers at these two stages. Then you go to the lower primary. Lower primary, this is the part we need to give the children a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline to ensure that they become very good in the language and mathematics. Then they go to higher primary, where now they begin to be exposed to like humanity subject like geography, history, and then you have science. Then you go into lower secondary, and then higher secondary. Then you go to university. So for all of us, we must understand one thing. There are specific milestones we must achieve at different age stages, at playgroup, kindergarten, in all the 4 areas. That means to say the physical, emotional, social, and intellectual development. But first begin by discovering your talent, and then we need to work on a number of things. That is the foundation. So when they are in the primary school, what is the foundation? I always say, today's foundation, tomorrow's height. If you have a good foundation tomorrow, you can go very high. If you don't have, it will be a challenge. So language learning, mother tongue, definitely mother tongue first. Mother tongue first. Bahasa Indonesia, Bahasa Malaysia, Vietnamese, Cambodian, and then learn English or Chinese. This, I will put it in this sequence because I always believe that we must not forget our values. We must not forget our foundation. Then the next thing is about mathematics. Mathematics is the easiest because it is a step-by-step thing. So getting clear with this, then we get back to this thing called the communications. Communicate to build relationship. So we must learn to listen to the children. Listen to the children, not to what they say. We listen to what they don't say. Listen to the children's feeling, very important process. And then, of course, listening to the children's feeling and not just listening to what they say. So we always say this. I like to close the sessions by asking a question. Do you love your child? And most of us will say yes. But we ask ourselves this question. Have you ever asked? Have you always tell your child that I love you? But then the child will say, no, you don't. Why is it so? All right. So if you love them, listen to them. Listen to their feeling, because listening is loving, and listening and communicating is a different set of skills, which will take some time to go into. So 3 essentials of parenting. Number 1, character development, which is important, and that contributes to 85% of a person's success. Number 2 is the learning. Learning go from talent, academic, and professional development. So discover your talent, nurture it. Then in the academic aspect, some will go to the sciences, some of them will go to the humanities subjects. Then from there, you get into different profession. And of course, when you grow up, it is still important to learn about money-making skills. Then, with these 2 in mind, we can communicate with the children. we can talk, we can build relationship with them. And with this, I want to say thank you very much. And I would like to pass the sessions back to the host. Is that okay?
Wow. Wow. I do learn a lot, Dr. Ernest. It's yeah, for me, I have a son, so this is so important lessons. For those who also learn a lot, you can give your comment, whatever, like yeah. Of course, like in one sentence cannot describe what we learn, yeah. But at least you can show from the chat that what you learned. Later on, we will go to Q&A session. But the first now, I want to ask some question to Dr. Ernest. Is it okay? Okay, Dr. Ernest, as you are going to become our channel provider in iBlooming, okay, may you share what you're going to share in iBlooming? You're going to be our channel provider, right? In iBlooming.
What the first thing that I want to say that iBlooming, the ideas of the I Learn movement is a fantastic idea because with AI and all this, it has got to be a lifelong learning. All right, that's the first part. Then, of course, when it comes to the what I would like to share and at the channel, what I'm going to
Yes.
work on is really about parenting. But parenting is not just about what we, like what I have shared today. So I will go in there into each aspect. Like for instance, when you talk about a lot of people do the DNA test, but after they have done the DNA test, you must have somebody to interpret for you. And
Yes.
then must also look at the parent situations, looking at the environment. Like for instance, some of us, the children at 14 years old, they come and tell you that, hey, I want to do sports. I want to become a sportsman. That would be quite challenging. They may not become world class because they're past the stage. So some of these things is like, yes, what I wanted to share very much is really about parenting. And parenting is a very important part because that is the future of a country.
Agree. Yes, so our friends here, yes, as Dr. Ernest have 40 years experience in since he founded the super team. So I believe everybody agree with me that this is the guru, yeah, the guru to learn about this topic. Okay, so one more thing, as you know, our GIM. Okay, what do you think about GIM? Global iLearning Movement.
GIM is a place that all of us could continue to learn. GIM is a very essential part because in the era of AI, there's only one thing we have to do: continuous learning. And it's just like the Chinese saying, 活到老，学到老. That means to say, as we grow the number of years, that our job is to continuously learn. And there's only one thing that keep our brain, keep us all active, is continuous learning. So I still go back and work with all the children on mathematics, on the calculations, so that our mind, my mind, is remain active. So definitely, it must be something that all of us do. And if we raise through GIM, if we raise the general educational level or the ability of the knowledge of a nation, then we will become more competitive. That means to say we will be able to thrive, to live even better in the time to come.
Yes. I agree with you. Okay, by the way, I believe everybody here, after this 40 minutes talk, you have questions. I believe every parents have a lot of questions, yeah. But see here just now, so many give their comment. They learn a lot from you, Dr. Ernest. So for those who have question, you can put on the chat room. Yeah, so later, or you put it in the chat room. Then later I will ask Dr. Ernest. Okay, so before the first question come, okay, oh, already come. Okay, so how to align the quality we want in children with their talent, coming from Ahmad Eka.
Thank you very much for the question. Do I answer now?
Yes, yes,
The
yes,
first
you can answer now.
thing to you don't align the qualities that we want with their talent. You don't do that. The talent is the ability to do something. The qualities that we want, whether you are a doctors, engineers, an artist, a chef, a designer, the quality is still the same. Like, I'm a doctor, I must be loving. I'm an engineer, I must still be loving. I am a chef, I must be hardworking. I'm a teacher, I must be hardworking. When I use the word hardworking in the right thing. So sometimes people work too hard. It's not too good. So must be hardworking and be a bit lazy. Okay. Now this I will go into another time. Okay, about how to be lazy a little bit. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah, is it answer you,
And there's
Ahmad Eka?
another one I just saw. I think somebody said, how do you know that you are a good parent? I think take it that all of us are good parents because all of you are good parents. Why? Because we always do the best as a parent. And the continuous learning to become a better parent is a criteria to say, I'm doing better each day as a better parent. Because we grow together, we learn together with the child. And of course, spending time with the child is one very important part. Because at the end of the day, they don't look at how much money and all this that you leave behind. A lot of time is how many beautiful moments, how many good memories that you have with the child. Back to you, Ibu.
Yes. So another question comes from Lilis. Okay. How we facing a child that after 18 years old become trouble, but when he was kid, he's a good boy or good girl.
How do we
How
work with
yeah,
the
how to handle?
communication? Communication. I believe the very first part is there is a missing link in the communication with the child. So go back to communicate with the child, listen to the feeling of the person, and then from there, bring it back. Now, if they are not good in the skill, along the way, they must have missed. They must have lost the ability in a certain area that the child want to develop. And that itself is a lot of frustration. But we want so much result from them, we forgot to communicate and listen to how they feel. This sounded like impossibility, but a lot of the time is so-called naughty student begin to turn around when the people understand, when someone understands. Okay?
Some people unsure about the DNA test, but I think here Monica can give the information for you to get more detail about the DNA test. Yeah, he is asking how accurate it is. Okay, so the next question is come from Fina. Can parents' genetic influence the child's intelligence?
You parents, parents, whether you like it or not, all right? You influence very much. You and your, that means to say that you and your father, or on both sides, father side or mother side, of course, you influence the inclination. So, but let's say you have two children, There's one, don't know why, this child is more endowed with the ability of mathematics. The other child is not. So you will notice that one child is better in the science and the mathematics. The other one is simply better in the arts. So of course, this is genetic in a way. So there's another one. There are some fathers who are very good with reading, with maths and everything else, but the daughter just won't want to follow. Why is that so? That means to say, this child have a different genetic inclination. But as parents, we can provide the environment. We can provide the environment to train up all this ability. But you will find that if the child is not inclined, it will take longer time. And that is the part where love comes in. I always look at a child like this. When I find the child is not so inclined to a certain skill, I will have more love, I will have more patience for this child. Because this child really worked very hard to make sure that this ability is acquired. But why is parent need to be very focused on discipline on the child? Because language ability, you need to have good language ability up to 18 years old. You need to have good mathematics skills up to 18 years old. You cannot say you're no good in maths and you don't want to do anything. You cannot. Because it will affect many other areas. So these are the two foundations. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult to do better in a language. It's not difficult to do well in maths. We just need to know the pattern, the system on how to do that. So when we talk about a child in the school, it is always about the result. If you look at the child's result in the school, it's always affected by two areas. It's not that they don't focus. It's not that they are not hardworking. Sometimes they are very hardworking, but they cannot handle because they don't know how to learn a language, because they don't know how to learn mathematics. So the word is they don't know how to learn. So when they learn how to learn, it becomes a piece of cake. Thank you.
Okay, so many questions coming. Okay, the next question is coming from Fanny. How to discipline 3-year-old boy?
How to
discipline how to discipline children? Here he mentioned 3-year-old boy.
Oh,
How to discipline?
3 years old. Most
Yes,
important
3 years
time.
old. Yeah.
Yes, there are certain things. There are certain things that you say they must finish, they must finish. There are certain times that the children at 3 years old just responded to your love and all that. But there are times that you just don't give it to them. So 3 years old, they will throw tantrum. Never mind. When they are actually not doing it right, just let them throw tantrum. And 1 time, 2 times they learn. And after the tantrum is over, you explain, darling, I understand you feel upset because you don't get this, you don't get that. But I would like you to do it this way. Then it's easier for mommy to understand what you want and to support you. I did not say to give it to you. I use the word support. And so all the time that the children learn that Dad and Mom want to support us, but there are certain things that we do that does not follow what is around in the system, in the environment. So we need to be different. So listen to them at a point of time that they throw tantrum, they so-called misbehave. I use the word so-called misbehave. Actually, they don't misbehave. They don't know how to behave at that point of time. When they know how to behave, it means to say they know how to ask the right question. And you tell them that. And after that, after the session is over, find the time, explain to them. This is a behavior that I would like you to change. Now, when they see that, what happened is every so-called naughty moment is a teachable moment. So just bear in mind. So when a child make a mistake, when a child misbehaves, it's a teachable moment. But it cannot be a teachable moment unless we already know very clear our character, what is set. That's the reason why we need to set that.
Oh, so I think so many questions, but still have many questions. I think because of time, maybe we need to finish here.
Can we collect all the questions so that I find a time somewhere in the future sessions
Yes.
I will explain.
Okay, so
I will
our
go into that.
admin, okay, our admin, please take note about the question. Okay, we will pass to Dr. Ernest. So thank you very much for your support to all parents here by ensuring the question of this session. So thank you so much, Dr. Ernest, for your sharing tonight. It is a very important one.
Ibu, I just want to say one thing to all the parents here. Thank you very much. It is because of all of you who ask questions like that, and many of them who have asked many years. And so I have learned. And so today, your participation, your questions make a difference. Then, Mom, bear this in mind. I look forward to seeing you. Just in case I don't see you again, it means that you are doing a very important job for the country. Bringing up your child to be good, it is helping the nation to become great. Have a nice evening.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Ernest, for your session, for your encouragement. Yes, it is our important role to become parents and a better parents. So all parents here, remember Dr. Ernest will be together with us in iBlooming. So wait for Dr. Ernest session, especially for the island parenting from Dr. Ernest. You will learn a lot from him. Okay, so everybody don't leave the room first. Don't leave the room first. And I want to remind you as you listen to Betty's presentation just now. Okay, I would like encourage you, everybody. It's really, as Dr. Ernest say, upskill yourself, not just in a parenting topic, but also in other skill, because it is very important nowadays. We need to be skillful, equip ourselves with more skills so we can compete with this competitive world. So let's go to our website, www.iblooming.ai. Okay, you can see our website there. Okay, look at the login. Okay, you register now. I do encourage you register because we are going to give you something amazing. Okay, so you go to register and then you go down. You will get the free character profiling test. This one is iBlooming version. It is not DNA test by Dr. Ernest, because that one is a very complete and detailed one. This one is an overview report. You go down through the website, you will see. Can the admin help me? Okay, so this is a free test for you. Yeah, this is a iBlooming free test for you, not the DNA test by Dr. Ernest. Yeah, this is the free test for you. You click the test now and get your test now. So for all the participants today, this is a free gift for you. Yes. Okay, and also remind you about the GIM program tonight. Okay, connect to the friends that invite you to get the 50% discount special for all participants tonight. You will get 50% discount subscription fee. Yeah, from $2 become $1 a month, and then you can learn a lot. Yeah, you can see our GIM calendar. Here, every month we have like 20 to 25 islands. Yeah, like today. Yeah, tomorrow we are going to have another subject, and so many subjects. Even you can see. Okay, and this is one. This one is Tomorrow is about culture. Yes, tomorrow is culture. So this lady is amazing. Her name is Kanika. Okay, also known as Pictionorai, a master of labor kaitan, the ancient Khmer martial arts. Yeah, with years of experience, it trains local and international students while preserving and promoting this UNESCO recognized culture treasure. Yeah, master the arts of combat through key fighting stances, techniques, and their names for skillful, impactful performance. So this is amazing session for tomorrow. For you that love culture, you're gonna love this one. For you that love martial art, you also love this one. Okay, and remember, we are going to have a Chinese New Year break. But after Chinese New Year, we will come back for our iBlooming preview session. You can see here, wow, this is the legend, yeah. And Bapak Andri Wongso, he's going to talk about create your hockey. Yeah, in Chinese New Year, we wish people by Kung Si Fa Chai. Kung Si Fa Chai is wish you prosperity. Yeah, so how to get prosperity? We need hockey. How to create hockey? Then follow us on 4th February. Yes. Okay. So next I want to share to you is by the way, this one. Okay, we are going to have Chinese New Year break starting from January 27 to February 3rd. Yeah, we break for a little and we focus on Kung Si Fa Chai. Okay, yeah, and we'll come back on 4th. Okay. And another one is social media. Okay, let's follow us on our social media. You can see here iBlooming is iBlooming_official and Facebook iBlooming Global. You are going to have more information and also a lot of good news. Yeah, follow us, be a part of iBlooming, part of GIM, Global iLearning Movement. You will see in the next 1 month, next 2 months, next 3 months, you will find out you upskills amazingly through this movement, because with $1 a month, you can learn a lot in so many subjects. Yeah, so many subjects. Like today, we learn a lot. Tomorrow, we are going to learn a lot. The next day, we're going to learn. Every day, we are going to learn important knowledge. Okay, so I'm Florence Kasih. So happy to have you all here. Okay, see you on the next iBlooming event. Bye-bye.
In today's fast-paced world, artificial intelligence is transforming the world, automating tasks and reshaping the job market. Millions of jobs are at risk of being replaced by AI. At the same time, AI is helping people achieve greater success in the business world. The question is, are you ready to adapt and thrive in this new era? The key to success is mastering more knowledge, acquiring new skills, and broadening your horizons to meet the demands of today's rapidly changing world. We are proud to introduce the solution, iBlooming, an AI-based learning platform. One of our revolutionary learning concepts is the Global iLearning Movement, GIM. Our mission is simple: to foster a lifelong learning attitude globally. We offer high value, high benefits, and a super low cost. You gain exclusive access to live seminars and content from renowned speakers and coaches around the world. Typically, this could cost hundreds to thousands of dollars, but with the GIM concept, the cost is incredibly low, only $2 per month. So everyone can learn from local and global experts. We not only provide a wide range of topics, subjects, knowledge, and skills, but also a lot more benefits. Learning opportunities from both local and global experts, covering a wide selection of topics or subjects. Opportunities to connect with experts who offer special micro-certifications. Need a specific skill to thrive in this new AI world? Our on-demand videos from global speakers are ready whenever you need them. Learn anytime, anywhere. Connect directly with our channel providers for personalized mentoring and coaching. Get the guidance you need to excel in your career. Personalized learning topics based on your profile through AI and big data. Translations provided by iBlooming's in-house AI team, allowing learners to understand foreign experts in their own language. A variety of topics ranging from casual to professional. Flexibility to learn when and where you want. Skills that schools don't teach, keeping pace with the AI era and unlocking new opportunities for personal development, financial growth, and holistic success. Sign up now at iBlooming and take the first step towards a brighter, more successful future. Only $2 per month. Don't wait for the future to pass you by. Upskill yourself today and join the global iLearning movement.